Our first night of October is going to be chilly, although for most areas it shouldn't be as chilly as it was this morning. We'll talk about all the forecast details after I thank today's forecast sponsor, which is the St. John's International Women's Film Festival, happening October 21st through 25th. Be sure to visit their website to get more information or to purchase tickets. Temperatures across Labrador overnight are certainly going to be on the cool side, near or below the freezing mark on the island. Some of us are going to get close to freezing, like in central Buckens Falls to -1, Corner Brook 1, Grand Falls, Windsor 2 degrees, Gander 2 degrees. For eastern areas, though, should be a little cloudier and also kind of showery from like that northeast coast across much of the Avalon. And Futurecast, or Future Radar and Satellite, does show this really well. Here we are 6 p.m. this evening, and much like today, we're still looking into the scattered showers out there, and those showers are going to work their way from north to south in that northerly flow across parts of central, northeastern, and eastern Newfoundland as we go into the overnight period, although they should get a little bit less numerous and widespread by the time tomorrow morning rolls along. Now, tomorrow morning, we're waking up to sunshine across much of the island and parts of Labrador, so if you're an early riser, like myself, you want to get out for that early walk, early dog walk, early jog. Should be a beautiful, although chilly sunrise for that. Now, as we go throughout the day tomorrow, we're going to watch this area of rain and wet snow move from Quebec into northern parts of Labrador. Snow limited to mainly the higher terrain of inland portions of northern Labrador. And that works down to the south throughout the day. Meanwhile, on the island, we're looking at mostly sunny skies for the second half of the day for all areas. But again, the morning, or the first half of the day rather, we're still going to be seeing some of those lingering showers for the eastern and northeastern corner of Newfoundland. Temperatures tomorrow are going to be similar to those of today. We're looking at 9 to 13 or 14 degrees island-wide under mostly sunny skies. Into Labrador tomorrow, temperatures in the west climbing back to the low teens. In the east along the coast, looking at a few showers like we just talked about, but overall not going to be kind of that cool of a day. Now, we take a look at the late week forecast for the island, and what you'll notice is a big time warm up in the cards. 19 degrees for central on Friday, 17 degrees for western areas. For eastern Newfoundland, looking at mid-teens on Friday and Saturday, although some areas along the northeast coast may be a tad cooler Saturday, thanks to what I'm going to assume is some onshore flow. Now, this does not paint the whole picture. We'll get to why that is in just a second. Into Labrador, we also get the big time warm up for Friday, and then a bit of a cool down coming for Saturday as temperatures dip back down to more seasonable levels, which is essentially probably like 6 or 7 degrees for this time of year, if not even a little bit lower in some areas. Now, the reason that's not telling us the whole story is because of this. We're looking here at Hurricane Imelda. Imelda, as of early this afternoon, a Category 2 storm, winds 195 kilometers per hour, and this is certainly posing a big problem to the island of Bermuda, which looks to be right in the path of the center of the storm. So Imelda is going to track right over Bermuda. That's the island right there. It looks like later tonight or early tomorrow morning as potentially a Category 2 hurricane. Now, Bermuda is no stranger to tropical systems. I would suspect there will be some light to moderate damage, some power outages, and I may eat a whole lot of crow here, but I suspect by the time that passes, hopefully we're not looking at too much damage for the island, because again, the center looks like it's going to go right over that island later tonight or tomorrow. But the wider forecast for Imelda, again, does tell the story. Gotta be careful where I stand on this graphic. This is all stuff I probably couldn't say on TV, but it's my channel. I can say what I want. All right, so here we are. We're looking at Imelda over the next 5 days. And again, that forecast track takes it out towards the North Atlantic. But this track here will basically cause the pressure gradient to increase over Atlantic Canada. And what does that mean? Well, it means we're going to see this area of high pressure here over Quebec and Imelda not really interact, but just because of their proximity to one another, we're going to see the pressure gradient increase, meaning we're going to see a fairly substantial change between high pressure and low pressure over a short distance. I often have talked about this when you're talking about a river, right? When rivers are wide, they don't flow very fast. You narrow them up, they have to flow faster because you have to get that same volume of water through a narrower channel. And the only way to do that is to speed it up. It's physics. A1 V1 equals A2 V2. In this case, that's exactly what's kind of going to happen as we go into really Friday. So tomorrow, we are going to see some gusty winds for some areas, like in St. John's. Winds got tomorrow gusting 50 at times. Now, actually, I say St. John's. What I really mean is the Avalon and that northeast coast. But that's not out of the ordinary, really. But what we are going to see is the winds in the Strait of Belle Isle picking up, and by Saturday morning, St. Anthony is gusting to 52, higher offshore, which certainly may impact the ferry operations between Newfoundland and parts of Labrador, and really through the strait as we go throughout the day on Friday with some gusty kind of southwesterlies. And notice by afternoon those winds are still up. They're going to stay up, but they'll begin to kind of back off as we go into the early part of Saturday. Also, keep in mind if you're going to be going into the high terrain, kind of those ridge tops of the long-range mountains, we'll also see some higher wind speeds. Looks like between later Thursday and potentially on Friday. But aside from that, there's not really much going on weather-wise across Newfoundland and Labrador. I have your latest forecast, as always, posted in the app. If you haven't gone ahead and looked at that just yet, I'm always posting stuff in the app, on the website, on my socials. Follow me in all of those places. And if you're looking for the app, Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, and if you're having trouble finding it, SHEER Weather, you should find it. And if not, visit the website, sheerweather.ca, click on Get the App, and that will take you to the direct links in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Have a very good Wednesday evening. My next update will be tomorrow morning.